As a child, Father's Day has always been kind of an interesting time for me, especially when I know I'm going to church and hear a sermon illustration that describes God like a father to me, because there are plenty of father figures out there.
There are fathers who are caring, and there are fathers who ignore their children.
There are fathers who are gentle, and there are fathers who are abusive.
Fathers who believe in their children, and fathers who tell their children they would amount to nothing.
Perhaps most importantly, there's my father, who was a no-show and has never been a part of my life.
So, when people tell me God's like a father to me, I can't help but wonder what father he is like.
I think this is one of the limitations of using any metaphor to describe God.
Imagine with me for a moment that your child has absolutely no experience or knowledge of a cheetah. They've never heard one or seen one before. And now you decide to take them to the zoo. And they see the cheetah for the very first time. As they approach the enclosure, the cheetah is laying down lazily inside the sun, walking back and forth, flopping up and down. And when your child runs back to you, he says, "Wow, you're as fast as a cheetah." And in your child's mind, whether in his or her mind, they might think that you're insulting them, because their entire experience of that cheetah is that it's lazy and kind of slow. Our metaphors rely on our experience for their power.
If your experience of your father has been difficult and less than ideal, then somebody comes to you and says that God is like a father to you, then the image of God is going to be affected deeply by your experience of your father. But what if we look at the metaphor different? What if instead we look at God being like a father to us? We said that when our earthly fathers get it right.
They give us a glimpse into the character of God, so when the father is loving and kind.
So when a father teaches, corrects, disciplines, and encourages. When a father is generous and sacrificial with his time, or when he's running down the road with tears of joy streaming down his face as he welcomes home the prodigal son, it's in those moments, it's in those times that our earthly fathers show us what God is like.
So on this Father's Day, I want to say thank you to all the fathers who time and time again take time off to show us the character of God. And we want to thank you for teaching and guiding us and influencing us. You're the best.
So in conclusion, thank you. Thank you to all the fathers who show us what hard work truly is, how to live as children of integrity. Thank you to all the fathers that teach us what it means to follow God faithfully, who believe in us and love us unconditionally. May God continue to encourage, may He continue to strengthen, may He continue to demonstrate the character of God to your children. And we may thank God for revealing His character to us through our fathers. Happy Father's Day.